So it says here that you're suing for 50% custody and that you're a, quote, great dad. What kind of a dad could what kind of a father are you? Why would I believe that?
I mean, I do it all. I do it all, Yana. I'm a super dad. I mean, super dad. I'm talking about Batman dad, Spider-Man dad. You understand what I'm saying, Yana?
Excuse me, your hors d'oeuvres. Can I say something?
Well, Super Dad, I'm going to consider that photo abuse of the children because they were too close to the barbecue grill.
I read my baby's bedtime stories in bed.
Do you expect for me to really believe you read to the children?
Your officer, can I say something?
I'll let you convict him in a second.
This is preposterous.
What was that word?
Preposterous.
Well, preposterously, hand over your credit cards.
He needs to hand over his EBT, Green Dot, and Netflix codes, too.
Oh, he has Cash App, does he?
How am I supposed to pay my rent, my bills? How am I supposed to get to work?
You need to quit those little jobs anyway and stop trying to go to school to be a doctor.
This is preposterous.
Well, it's not my fault you weren't on your A game. So, hand over the house.
Preposterous. I'm getting older, and she's getting younger with my money.
Yes, well, I'm going to consider that compliment to her as abuse. Hand over your driver's license and your car.
Yana, please. What about me?
I don't want that old car. I need a brand new 2035 model.
And the shirt off your back, sir.
What else is y'all gonna take from me? The tattoos off my skin? Damn, that's cold, Yana. I mean, do I ever get to see my kid?
Yes, now, it says here that she has 3 children, and, they're all yours.
And Mr. Wong's.
Why?
At least Mr. Wang's feet don't stink after working 18 hours.
Why?
Who's Mr. Wong?
Just look at these two. You can tell they ain't mine.
Well, I'm gonna make you pay child support for all 3 anyway. Case dismissed.
Why?
This is Father's Time for A-Game TV. Looks like they gave him the Kanye Cosby. Wow. Could you tell us just what happened in there to you today, sir?
I feel 60 years older. I really need to get on my A game.
Come on, y'all, let's go get you a new daddy.
You should try A-Game. Yep, it's an all-natural supplement that'll help you get your energy, go back in there and win.
I feel great again. I feel like myself. I feel like I'm on my A game.
A-Game will keep you out of custody court.
No, it won't.
Okay, maybe it won't, but it sure will give you the natural energy and vitality you'll need to stand up under the pressure.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today? We got a lot to talk about. It's 3. Thank you, Kendra, to get the lights up, people. Before I start talking, I'm gonna just give y'all something to look at real quick. Just I'm gonna put it on loop a little bit. Just want you to look at something. I'm gonna show you something. Just take a look. Y'all see this? Want to make sure you see it. Real nice and big here. Try to blow it up a little bit.
Yes. And then they... Motion! The guy ran at 50 yards. Get him.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I don't want to see that happen to a young girl on the football field, right?
Yes. And then they... Motion! The guy ran at 50 yards. Get him.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I don't want to see that happen to a young girl on the football field, right?
Yes. And then they... Motion! The guy ran at 50 yards. Get him.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I don't want to see that happen to a young girl on the football field, right?
Just one more, for educational purposes.
Yes. And then they... Motion! The guy ran at 50 yards. Get him.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I don't want to see that happen to a young girl on the football field, right?
Now, just to give you a little bit of context for those who do not know, this just happened, updated August the 26th of 2022. So this is a few days ago. This article said Christian school refuses to play SLO County football team because it has 2 girl players. That one that got smoked is the girl. One more time.
Yes. And then they motion. The guy ran at 50 yards. Get him.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I don't want to see that happen to a young girl on the football field, right?
There will come a day where the men will have mercy on the girls, but it is not this day.
Yes. And then they motion. The guy ran at 50 yards. Get him.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I don't want to see that happen to a young girl on the football field, right?
Okay. So I think we were educated enough on that. There was enough education. I do believe. Was that enough education? Was that enough education? I think we was educated. I think we was educated on the dangers of putting girls in full contact football with boys. Now that was at a high school level. They put 2 girls on that team. The boys are in a no-win situation. If he goes too softly, tackles are real soft, she gonna break the tackle. He probably gonna get scored on. Even if he don't, if she break that tackle or whatever, he gonna be the laughing stock of his high school football team, his college football team, whomever. Thank you, Lord Sinister, so that was torture, that poor girl. If you tackle her too hard, now we gonna be trying to talk about, well, that's a girl, we can't tackle her like that. See, it's problematic for several reasons. Several obvious reasons. Biologically, this is problematic. Boys starting at high school become quite a bit stronger than girls. The only time little kids are of equal strength is prior to puberty. 7, 8, 6 years old, 9 years old, a little boy and a little girl is evenly matched. Puberty has not kicked in for either of them. Okay? So it'd be okay for the little kids to play with each other because the boys are not yet outmatching the girls strength for strength. Once puberty hit, it's over. That's done. Once puberty hit them boys and that testosterone get the coursing through they bloodstream, we done. We done with playing with each other in a certain kind of way. We done with, the boys tackling and rough playing and rough housing with the girls because he's gonna hurt her. Now he's gonna hurt her. 13, 14 years old, he gonna hurt her now. Okay? He not even gonna be trying to hurt her, but he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. Okay? He ain't used to his strength yet. He done got a new strength to him last year or 2. So he can't. This is when you start separating them boys and the girls in certain ways. Okay? In the NFL, they have made many rules on the tackling and the contact and the way that the men hit each other due to the concussions. Okay? Due to What's that condition? Somebody put it in the chat room for me. The condition that the men will suffer from after they play. From too many concussions. CTE, thank you. The NFL had to make lots of different rules that changed the way that the men tackled one another. No helmet to helmet, no spearing, and all of this sort of thing. So how much more do we have to watch? Why would anybody in any position think it was okay to have women, girls, in full contact at all with men and boys in football? Give me one moment. Give me one moment, please. My apologies. Thank you, Mr. Shane Vicious. I have no problem with this. Feminists want equality, so give it to them. Go all in on equality and let them deal with the smoke. They will self-correct. Yeah, they want equality. You get equal rights, you get equal lefts, and you get equal shellacking on the field. But we got a problem. The reason why I named this Rest in Peace NFL and NCAA is because we got two issues. First of all, let's deal with the NFL and the infiltration of women into a male space, yet another male space. Going back to the young lady who just got rocked on that video, her father and her family failed her by encouraging it and by allowing her to do this. Her daddy, of all people, should know. Not my daughter. If this ain't Pee-wee, we can't do it. And not even in Pee-wee. I don't even encourage it in Pee-wee. And the reason why I don't even encourage it in Pop Warner and Pee-wee League is because it lets girls know they can infiltrate boy spaces and male spaces early. That men don't have, sanctuary away from girls and women. Even in the Pee-wee League, the little boys have to have an opportunity to come together as little boys and be guided by men on the training. Because see, what happens in the military and in team sports, boys and young men learn system, order, and structure. Especially young men that don't necessarily have father figures, but even when they do, it's a good opportunity, especially sports, for boys and young men and grown men to come together to be able to express their masculinity without the interference of women and girls. To be guided by other men, okay, on system, order, and structure, how to implement a system, how to be a team player. Thank you, Norrin. See, the boys and the men that don't know how to be a team player, that don't understand leader and followership, they are the cancers of the locker room. Lots of teams don't want these types of men and boys and young men playing on a team, no matter how talented they are, because you don't know how to be a team player. If you're the leader, you got to know how to be the leader. And if you're not the leader, you have to know how to be a good follower of the leader so that our team mechanics can actually work. The gelling of a team, when the system of a team is actually performed at a high level with full competence, with competent leadership, and in this case, since we're talking about football, with competent coaching, competent players, and things of that nature, this is where you get championships. This is where you get conference leaders. This is where you get, you understand, teams that are the heads of their divisions all the time. Things of that nature, okay? Although I do not like the Patriots, I'm going to use them as an example. They love Bill Belichick and they love Tom Brady when he was there because the system worked. It was a good system. When we go back to the greatest show on turf, the system, okay, worked extremely well to the point where you can plug and play the talent and the system will still work. Right? So the system of a team, when it works well, ends up in championships and a winning team. Teams that don't have good systems, that don't have good leadership, these are the losing teams with a losing culture in their team, in their locker room. Hello, Detroit Lions. Okay? We all know of the era which I speak. 0-16. The Bears, the Dave Wannstedt years. Bad leadership. Bad system. Okay? So, what we have is this culture now where it used to be that men created spaces of their own. Women respected the male space. And then women had their own spaces that the men respected. We don't go over there messing with the women in their sewing circle, okay? He not even interested in it. He don't even want to know. You know, you and your book club girlfriends. He do not, you understand that? He trying to be way away from the house on your little book club night, baby. Okay, trust and believe he not even gonna ask you what book y'all reading. He do not care. Okay, that's a couple of hours out his face. That's, you know. And vice versa. The men are having a tailgate party. The men are having a Super Bowl party. The men are going out to the bar, you know what I'm saying, to the sports bar and blah, 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 blah. You're not there. Okay? This is not the time for you. Most women don't even know what they're looking at with football anyway. It's only a choice few of us that actually like football because we like football. Because we understand the game and we'll watch a game like I know a pass interference when I see one. You see what I'm saying? I know holding when I see one. You understand what I'm saying? I know when it's a delay of games. See, I know what that means. I know when they run in zone versus man defense. I understand it. But that's only a few women out of the vast majority. That's a small percentage of women that are actually fans of football. Not because they think the men are cute and because they think the uniform cute. Like, I could care less. I actually think the uniforms are a little, because they're too tight. But whatever. Okay? But now we have a culture of women not respecting male space at all. And feeling like they should be invited and just shoehorn their way into any male space. Team sports, like football, should never include women, not only for the biological obvious problem, but also because, and I've heard men describe it like this, when they play sports like that, that's almost like a war game to them. It's us against them. You know what I mean? Like, we coming together as a team. Like, even, it kind of don't matter what sport it is. When you watch soccer, I don't even watch soccer. But you know what? The All Blacks do a haka, which is a war dance before every game. Now that I've watched them do a haka. Okay? That's their cultural war dance. Before every game. Because it's like war. You know, it's a war game to them. You ain't gonna, but that's why football is so competitive. Because they physically hitting each other. They targeting each other. You, next play. I got you on the next play. He feeling that. Right? If a DB tell a wide receiver, catch that ball if you want to, catch it. I dare you to catch it. I'm going to smoke you. Next time you catch it, catch it. Catch it. Try me. Right? They mean that. He gonna try to knock his block off. That's just men. Thank you, J. Jermaine. So how dare you speak about this, Kendra? Keep on preaching. The 60644. Oh, okay, you out the 44. They mean that. That the men are competitive, they blood be up. He gonna try to knock his head off. When you have a defensive end trying to get to that quarterback, he's trying to knock. Do you understand that? He's trying to knock this dude out. Okay, I'm trying to scramble your brain. You're not getting up. You're getting up slow. That's what they mean. You're going to hear footsteps. Because I'm hunting you. I'm going to get past your little left tackle, and I got you. Drop back like that again. Do it. This is what men do. Women don't belong in any part of that. None. They don't belong. Here are the ways in which the women have infiltrated the NFL. And then we're going to get to the NCAA. But first of all, women playing football at any level is physically dangerous to them. That's obvious. The other thing is, you've got primarily white women. Thank you, Nuruddin. So you're right, Kendra. Football is a very war game sport. When it's all over, doctors say that the players look like they got into car accidents. Yeah. So you got primarily white women replacing black men in sports commentating. Thank you, Chris Creative said Washington or one team has a black female GM now. I said, oh yeah, we're going to get to that part too. The commentating. Don't nobody want to hear a woman who has never played football on any level sit and be commenting about what these teams are and are not doing. What it does is it removes the opportunity away from retired football players to take those spots, because you don't mind listening to Marshall Faulk critique a running back. Why not? Why don't you mind that? Because he's who he is. He played the sport at a professional level, at a high level. You respect what he's saying about that position. You respect what he's saying about football. And why one running back is better than the other one. You understand what I'm saying? You don't mind listening to a quarterback come tell you about why this quarterback is a good decision versus that quarterback. Because he played the game at that level. He understands what it means to be on the team. He understands what it means to play the game. He understands the pressure of a game. He understands the pressure of having to score. The crushing defeat when you fail. The euphoria when you succeed. And the fans want to see these players, especially if the player was a fan favorite, after they've retired, to be sports commentators. Because I don't care whether you liked him when he was playing or not. Deion Sanders is entertaining. I'm going to watch him critique somebody just because. You know what I mean? Because he a character. You know what I mean? I mean that in a good way. But you respect prime time because he was prime time. You understand what I'm saying? So when he's critiquing, you listening to that. Don't nobody want to hear no woman sit up there and talk about what this team did. Y'all, you know. You don't know what's going on. I'm a woman and don't want to hear that. Thank you again, Nuruddin. So I'm more of a war game type of guy, but mainly airsoft where you have to dodge pellets which hurt like bullets. That's why I wear a lot of protective clothing and have tactical weapons. And thank you, William says war without the weapon of battle. Exactly. And thank you, Norin. All right. So she don't belong. I'm a woman and don't want to hear no one. It's so cringy. It's the female sportscaster is also cringy. Cringy. They get on the sideline and they ask them little asinine questions that you know somebody wrote and put it into her earbud. She don't even got no passion for the game. She don't know what she asking. Well, how did it feel, to miss that catch? And you can see the annoyance of the men. You can see the men be completely annoyed. Like, girl, if you don't get out my face, ask the coach what he gonna do at the half because his team down 2 scores. And he be looking like, what you think I'm gonna do? What you think I'm gonna do? Okay? He already upset. Job on the line. He better not lose not now more game. If you don't get that microphone out of his face, you don't even know what you asking. Get out them folks' face. He don't want to talk to you. He only got 15 minutes or so for halftime. He got to go in the locker room and make adjustments. That leads me to the coaching. That lead me to the coaching. I'm going to say Lil running that Tampa too. Yeah. Like Lovey. Lovey was in trouble. He couldn't beat the Packers. You understand me? Aaron Rodgers gave Lovey Smith the flux. You understand? The Packers gave Bears the flux for years and years and years. Okay? With superior offense and our defense was sucking so many years. Now, I'm years removed now from the NFL. I don't watch it like I used to, so I don't even know if the Bears improved or not. I don't even know what their records have been. Last probably 4 or 5 years, I've been out of the loop. Thank you, Catboy, said Coach Savon be lighting in female interviews. Yeah. Saving it, yeah. Ain't nobody trying to hear that stupidity, the foolishness, what you talking about. You don't even know what you're talking about. The intellect, thank you, said, it's so real, it can't get no realer. This so accurate, it can't get more accurate. This so right, can't get no more right. She cooking. Buffet sir, thank you so much. I know we got to get to a commercial break, but I really need to get through this first because we're going to switch over to the NCAA issues after the break. Thank you, Norin. Thank you again, sweetheart. Bears still suck? Yeah. I got to bear down with the Chicago Bears. We done suck for a long time. But anyway, it is what it is. But in any case, the coaching. Women do not belong in any coaching position at all. The first problem is that she ain't never played. She ain't never played Pee Wee League. She ain't never played collegiate level. And she certainly ain't played at the professional level. She ain't played. The reason why a woman should never, ever be in a position of coaching no men on no team is because the coach is not just the person that called the plays. It's not textbook like that. Okay? Just because you sat and you watch some game film, you know, now you think you know what's going on the field. No. Thank you, Ernest. The coach is somebody that the team is looking to for leadership. See, it's not just you calling plays. It's about you being able to make the team gel. It's about you being able to boost the morale of the team. So if your team is in a slump, as the coach, it's not only up to you to say, you call this play, that play, we're going to run. You know what I'm saying? This time we're going to do a slant. This time we're going to do... No. You got to pep talk your team. You got to give your team that Any Given Sunday speech. And if you watched Any Given Sunday, you know what I'm talking about. Al Pacino gave a classic speech. Okay? That don't even sound right coming out of a woman's mouth. Okay? Men are not going to be looking to her for the leadership of the team. Girl, if you don't get up out my face, you ain't never got hit and you ain't never hit nobody. Shut up. You don't know how demoralizing it is to get beat on a play you shouldn't have got beat on. To get scored on. To be the quarterback to throw a pick six. You ain't never experienced that. You can't be, the offensive line coach. How you gonna tell somebody how to block? Or what the block pattern should be? You ain't never blocked nobody. You gonna tell me about the technique? Well, let's see, can you get past me? Since you think I'm a turnstile, you get past me then. It don't work. The men are not looking to her for no leadership. Thank you, Wiggy Wheels. Says Super Bowl highlights in black and white. You leave my Bears alone. 85 was still in color, dang on it. Thank you again, Catboys. So the very basic definition of a football coach is a leader of men. Exactly. He's the leader of men. Thank you, Nuruddin. He's the leader of men. And he's not looking to no female that ain't never did this before. Tell him about the correct tackling technique. Girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere and crochet, make us a team logo blanket or something. I don't care what you do, but you need to get out my face. The refereeing, that's crazy. Now, some people will say, well, Crystal Cure, she just calling plays, not calling plays. She just, seeing whether or not there's penalties and blah, 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 blah. That's the problem. Do she know encroachment when she see it? She better. But referees be getting shellacked too on the sideline. That wide receiver is tracking the ball down that sideline. He's concentrated on catching it. He's not gonna be able to stop that momentum. He come at you like a freight train. You just gone. Okay, and he gonna get up and pat you one of them two pats, and he gonna go back because they gotta run the next play. Let the sideline help you. He ain't got time to be, oh, you was a woman. He ain't got time, because a woman shouldn't be on the sideline doing nothing, doing absolutely nothing. He might help you up, then give them 2 packs, and you'll make it. And we got to get to this next play. Okay? The ruining of men's careers. Trying to be on teams, trying to get into these locker rooms as female sportscasters. That's not where you're supposed to be. These men is in their towels and stuff like that. Just hit the showers, come back. They don't need you standing there. Get out. Women are too comfortable infringing on men's spaces no matter what the space is. They want to come in men's bathrooms and locker rooms. Now, be feeling like something if the guy eyeball and it not be capped too because they trying to be around these athletes. You got these strapping men, okay? They bench pressing 250, 300 pounds, okay? Running a 4.240 and all of that kind of stuff. You want to see them men. Don't play with me, it's cap. Thank you, Ernest. And men, y'all ever heard a locker room talk? Men behave very differently with each other when there are no women versus when there are women. Men have locker room talk. They talk to each other any kind of way. They talk crazy to one another. If you ever have overheard men interact with other men when there are no women to compete for or impress or none of that type of stuff, they rag on each other, talk crazy to one another. But it be all in fun, really. They address one another with the hierarchy and the pecking order exclusive to men. And women don't have nothing to do with that. Nothing. And should not be involved at all. In no capacity. No capacity. I would not dare even want to be around no bunch of men. Okay? And they're talking locker room talk with each other. No, first of all, any feminine woman don't want to really be around men who are doing, because the talk get too masculine. Talk get too masculine. I've been around, you hang out for a little bit with the guys and they talk start turning. I make an exit. I don't even want to hear it. A lot of time, I don't even understand what they talking about because the talk done got too masculine. That's the same thing, a guy, he might be around with you, the too many women gathering up, and they get to talking too feminine. He gone. I don't want to hear that. They look cackling and all that kind of stuff, y'all women. He don't even want to hear it. He don't know what we talking about, and he don't care. He don't want to know. He don't want you to come report to it or nothing. Because we know when we get with each other as the girls, we gonna get to talking woman talk. He know that. The talk get too feminine. He don't even want to deal with it. He don't even want to be within earshot of that. It's silly to him. They in there talking. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, the women in there talking. Oh, the women, yeah. Oh, okay. Because they don't want to hear that. Thank you, Be About Peace and Pleasure said reason the women had their heads covered and bowed in the presence of kings because the energy coming off the man would not hit them directly in the womb. Thank you again, Nuruddin. Okay. So, the women should not be involved is my point. There is masculine and feminine energy. Even as a tomboy, when I hung around boys all the time, it would get too boyish. Even for me. And I was the homie. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. I would just excuse myself. Because they done got to talking about girls. We in high school, so they already having sex, so it done got explicit. I don't want to hear that. I'm out. And not only did I not want to hear it, they needed an opportunity to talk the way they wanted to talk without being sensitive to me. Because even though I was the homie, they still recognized I was a girl. So they was like, oh, we sorry. You know what? You ain't even got to be sorry because I'm over here. So y'all talk however y'all want to talk. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. I'm going to go. That was exacerbated even more when I became a woman. got more into my femininity. I did not want to be around a group of men in that capacity. I didn't want to. It's doing too much. Y'all want to be in the locker room meat gazing. That's why you in the locker room. Let's stop being. You meat gazing. Why wouldn't you be? These dudes walking around here 6'2", 6'3", 6'5", 5'11", cut. He done just came out the shower with flip-flops and a towel on. He cut. And you sitting there talking about, did it surprise you that you were able to break through the defense to get the first down that set your team up for the win? First of all, what kind of stupid question is that? That's number one. Even I know that's a stupid question. And second of all, you standing there meat gazing. You looking all at that man pectoral muscles. He got muscles on top of his muscles. And then it's a bunch of black men, so you know they sexy. Standing there glistening. Like an old school pharaoh or something. And you want to talk about running plays? Right. Hoping and wishing that he kind of tap you a little bit, tell you, come on, girl. It's cringy. It's cringe. It's giving cringe. Ruining men's careers with sexual harassment allegations, all types of allegations. Letting these women into these locker rooms and things like that, that's got these men on 10 because I can't look, I can't say, I can't act, because even if I don't do it, all she got to do is say I did. All she got to do is say I did. And in then my career, because I can't prove a negative. I can't prove I didn't do it. And they going to be like, believe all women. And that kind of stuff. Why would she say that? She's saying it because she mad because I didn't hit it. And I didn't want to hit it. And I wasn't gonna hit it. So now she mad. Now she big mad. Now she gonna go to her superiors and say that, something untoward happened in a locker room that she shouldn't have been in. That I got every right to be in. It's gonna be overtime today. Women are starting to own teams, having ownership of football teams, typically through inheritance, right? Now, some can see this as a power play among rich white folk, right? And it is. But it's also, if there comes a time where the majority of the ownership of teams is women, we're talking about the destruction of the sport. Because now they're going to be making decisions that impact every man from the top of the food chain, which is the ownership, down to the bottom. So coaching, players, how a draft is ran, rules that get instated or rules that get taken, how to hit, what the defense can do, what the offenses can do, how the players need to play, how they can't play it no more. Everything got to be pink now. Or, the football field need to be shortened now. Or something stupid. Stupid decisions, stupid stuff. Changing the whole face of the game that the men have been playing for 100 years. Ain't never stood out there and took no tackle. Ain't never ran the length of a football field. Ain't never kicked no ball through the goalpost or nothing. But she's sitting somewhere talking about, and I think that the players should all have to wear pink bands around their arms. Not only for breast cancer awareness month, which was a scam. By the way, y'all remember that in like 2012, 2013, how they bust out that scam? The breast cancer awareness scam, the crucial catch. That's what they called that initiative in the NFL, and then they were pocketing that money. Mm-hmm. Y'all remember that? Got these men out here wearing pink cleats. Yeah, that man don't want to wear no dang on pink cleats. Football is all about masculinity and beating your chest, They want to be men. They want to get on the sideline and garb and spit and all that old crazy stuff. Grab their crotch and, men stuff. Women find it disgusting, okay? I hate when they pan the camera over and he done got a goo gobble of water in his mouth and just gawked and spit. That's so nasty, but it's stuff men do. When they're around other men, they don't care. He ain't trying to impress the other guy. They gonna stand over there and trash talk. They gonna get on the field and talk crazy to one another. Yeah, I got you on this play, man. You ain't got nothing. All right, bet. Well, I bet then. They talking crazy. They done got into fights. They scuffling on the field because one done said something too crazy and because they blood up. He done grabbed them too many times on the last play. He horse collared them, face masked them. He mad now. Like, dude, you can't just horse collar me like that. What you gonna do about it? Am I lying, guys? That's how the guys go. What you gonna do about it? That kind of stuff. Now his manhood is impugned because he done set up, that other guy done set up there and said what he gonna do about it. Now you got to show him what he gonna do about it. This is stuff that men do. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. Thank you, Copper Tone One. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Let the men be the men. The men can be the men. Why the men can't be the men? So you got women infiltrating the NFL through ownership and the breast cancer awareness. So we done covered the NFL. Stay tuned, because when we get back, I got some real stuff to tell you about what the NCAA is going to start doing and the foolishness that entails. Oh, we got a showstopper. So after these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey guys, this is Spanky Hayes, and I want to say something, whether it's comedy, acting, or just in general real life. I use my A game. I gotta have the A game. I pack it in every pocket. I got one pill in every pocket, and every pair of pants I got. Listen, entertaining y'all is hard sometimes. I gotta fly to Dallas, then to Denver, then to New York, then to LA, then to Detroit. Come on, man. That tires me out. I just take the A game now. I don't have that problem no more. I usually barely don't sleep because I'm entertaining y'all. I'm in the studio all night. with the A game. And trust me, when I come home from the studio, my woman gets to feel the real pleasure of the A game. You see, I'm smiling. Watch this. Hey, baby.
Hey, babe.
Guess what I just took? What? A game, A game, A game, A game. I'm gonna meet you upstairs, all right?
Oh, okay. Before we get back to everything, you know we gotta get on our A game around here, right? Because we are definitely headed into overtime today. And in order for us to really do it, you gotta get on our A game, the A game, the A game. So for the guys, and this will work if you playing in the NFL. This will work if you playing at college level. This will work for any man looking to address his overall health, get a boost in his vitality, a boost in his energy, a boost in his strength, and a boost in his libido. So for all the men who are looking for that boost in his life overall, all you have to do is get your A game. And in order to get your A game, you just click the link at the top of the chat, agameherbal.com. And please do not forget to get your 10% discount using the code Kendra10, and you can have this box of awesomeness delivered to you ASAP, okay? All right, so now let's get to the NCAA, okay? The NCAA is intending upon paying its collegiate level players. But they're intending to pay them like a professional. So we're talking endorsements, we're talking sponsorships, we're talking a higher rate of pay than the coaches are getting, than the staff is getting, and all of that. Now, I've always been a proponent of the NCAA actually paying a stipend to those players because of all the money that they make on the players, especially if we're talking about Big Ten and all of that type of stuff. The top football programs in the country are making millions or billions of dollars off of the players that they recruit. They start recruiting in high school, maybe even before, and they keep tabs on these guys who show this potential to be stars, to be NFL stars, and they court them. They court them through their high school careers, things of that nature, to come to their football program and to play on their football team, okay? The best programs in the country make the most money, and they are sought after by talented football players, because if you play at the higher level of college, at the better football programs, and you play well during your 4-year career there, you have a better chance of being drafted in the NFL, okay? Versus playing in the small programs. It's not that nobody ever gets drafted from a small program, but the scouts, the talent scouts from the NFL go to the bigger programs first because the talent threshold is higher there, okay? So I understand a stipend given to them because the way it's set up and has been set up, those students just don't get anything. They can't get nothing from nobody. They be, you know what I'm saying? They be destitute a lot. You know, everything goes to that football program, and they can't even really concentrate too much on their other classes and things of that nature to get other degrees and really finish school. The concentration is on the football. And we know that the majority of these players are who? Who's the majority of these talented players? Who? What's the demographic? Who are they? Who are they? Black boys. They black young men. Black young men are predominant in just about every team sport. When you think about the NBA, you think about black men. When you think about the NFL, you think about black men. Right? And there's not to say that there are no white talented players. There are. But it's being dominated and has been for quite some time by black men. From the offensive line to the defense, to the secondary, to the linebackers, black men. Okay? Wide receivers, black men. Okay? So it's black young men who are being courted by these big division football programs. Okay? They got the means to court these young men. If they start paying these college players at a professional level, there are several issues that immediately come to mind. Okay? The foolishness isn't going to start in college. Where's the foolishness going to start? Where the foolishness about to start? Not college. Where it start? Somebody put it in the chat. The foolishness is going to start when? High school. High school. The foolishness is going to start at high school. Because what's going to happen is the young men are going to be presented with all of these threats that he's too young to be able to navigate effectively in a way that best suits his interests. He's going to be pulled in several different ways. The first and most obvious threat are the women. The girls in high school. You're talking boys and girls at their hormonal peak. The boys is a walking ball of testosterone. The girls are a walking ball of hypergamy. Okay? She young, she fertile, she pretty. She pretty much in her prime. Okay? How many of these girls is gonna be trying to trap these boys at a younger age? See, now she don't have to wait until they juniors in college to try to get pregnant or try to attach herself to the rising star football player. Now she gets to do it in high school. She see the scouts coming around to scout him. Okay? He's the star quarterback of the team or whatever position. He the star running back or he the star wide receiver, whatever. So what she gonna do, all these girls are now gonna start to flock around him. Okay? For the ones that he wanna deal with, see, he's 16, 17, his dang on self. So he don't have the experience to not deal with her or to dish her off like, girl, I ain't got time. Because he's 16 or 17. Thank you, General Tito. So every single East St. Louis guy I played with in college had a 25, 30-year-old baby mama. So we know the foolishness, right? The foolishness is going to start early, real early. The high school girls, the women that are a little older than that, going to be trying to groom and finesse these young black men. These young high school age black men. Okay? Trying to get them set up with babies. Remember what Brittany Renner did to PJ Washington? She was showing up at the college school. Now imagine an IG thought like that showing up at high school. flaunting around and twisting around. Cause she a bit more put together than the high school girl. And all the boys' eyes gonna be like this. Man, she on you, man? Yeah, man, yeah. And he young. So he don't got the experience of a 30-something-year-old man that done been there and done that. Girl, you ain't impressing me. Go ahead on. I got stuff to do. No, he young, he full of testosterone. And not only that, many of our young black men do not have the guidance of their fathers or any father figure that's going to take him under his wing and say, no, let me help you navigate the minefield. Because the girls that want to get pregnant and attach themselves. Then we got the mama. How many son husbands is it? Do you understand what I'm saying? His mama is a threat. Because we already got black women, black mothers thinking their kids is supposed to take care of them. So how much more pressure is the mama going to put on the son because he about to become a star? You know, you got to take care of your mama. Get us out the hood. Why is his responsibility to get you out of the hood? You didn't bother getting him out of the hood. You didn't even bother giving him a daddy. So what he gotta, you know what I'm saying, look out for you for? Now she putting all that pressure on his back to try to get her out the hood. Girl, ain't nobody got time for that. So now he feel pressure from every side. Set aside the pressure of the women for a moment. What about the pressure of the colleges that are trying to get him the sponsorships and the endorsement deals that are bad deals for him? We're talking about young black men who are typically growing up in the hood. He ain't never had no money like that. And you start bringing him these $1 million deals and finessing him and talking to him in a way and convincing him that the deal that you want him to sign his name to is a good deal for him. But it's not. It's not a good deal for him. It's the equivalent, it's the sports equivalent of a 360 deal. Okay? So he likely doesn't have the men around him that's going to protect him and say, nah, young blood, I know it's exciting. You know what I'm saying? I know everything is coming at you, but let me help you. You know what I'm saying? Get this stuff together, because this is a young man who has not settled or figured out his 4 P's properly yet. He does not necessarily have system, order, and structure in place in a solid way in his life, because he's a young man. He young. He's 16, 17 years old. He don't know. And everybody looking at him to be his man, but he a boy. And nobody equipped him for none of this. Nobody. So he out there a sheep, ready to be devoured by wolves. And many of them are the women in his family. Many of them are the girls he grew up with on the block. Okay? His cousins and all of that. Then you got these sharks coming around, swimming around him. He don't know not to sign that kind of contract. He's not financially literate to know what to do with that money once he get it. The talented black boy will be set back. And who's gonna have a better chance at this than a black boy? Even with all his talent, who gonna have a better chance of navigating this minefield? Who? Tell me who. Thank you, 39 Dina. Thank you, Disa, all the mamas exploiting the boys, and of course, Massa with all the BS. who gonna have a better chance? A white boy. A white boy gonna have a better chance, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why he gonna have a better chance to navigate that minefield is because he's more than likely gonna have a family structure that's gonna help him solidify his 4 P's. Usually his mother didn't create a son husband. That's not really in their culture like that, like it is in the black community. So she's not putting any undue pressure on him to take care of the family. She's probably got his daddy. He's got a father, and his dad is like, son, this the big time now. And he's gonna be with his son at them deals, at that table, when them coaches is talking to him, and when this one is want to talk to him, and that one want to talk to him. No, you got to talk to me. I'm his father. Well, we want to deal with such and such. You deal with him when you deal with me. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you again, General Tito said, baby, the All Blacks are New Zealand's rugby team. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. The other team, they're not even from America. But, so the white boy gonna have a daddy. Listen, you can't talk to him without talking to me. He done taught him financial literacy. That boy gonna follow his father's SOS until he get it together for himself. And then he can make the decisions on his own. By the time he at the NFL level, he'll have a good grasp on what he need to be doing. What kind of contracts he should sign versus what kind he shouldn't. What kind of endorsement deals is good for him versus what kind are not. And which of these little chicken heads he needs to stay away from. Okay? Black boys don't usually have these types of support systems behind him that's gonna let him flourish. They're not gonna do nothing but bog him down. Because the little chicken head that he don't get pregnant, all she know what to do is a grape allegation. He gone. He out of there. Nobody wants him now. Just the allegation. Even if don't nothing get proven and he don't get convicted of nothing or nothing like that, just the accusation alone is enough to ruin all prospects and chances. Now he got to go into obscurity. If he was in some type of little gang activity, they pulling on him. He can't be, now, once he get to a certain point, he can't be associated with the gang. And then they gonna be pulling like, oh, you think you better than us? Kinda. Low key. Yeah. I can't wait to get away from y'all. You know, you was my boys when, but I'm trying to do something else now. And I can't be repping GD folks and all that. I can't get on camera repping GDs. You understand? I can't get on camera representing conservative vice lords, and I can't do that. And I can't be seen with you no more. I can't be caught hanging out with y'all smoking weed on the block. I can't do it. My coach is looking at me. The scouts is looking for me. They gonna do a drug test next week or just surprise you with a drop. I done smoked weed with y'all all last week. No. I almost caught a case with y'all. Or I did catch a case with you. They put RICO cases out on young men now. And them little drill rappers and all that kind of stuff. They have RICO cases on them boys. And you get caught up with a RICO case. And you trying to make it here with football. And your name done came up in an indictment. At 17. Life over before it began. You used to be affiliated. Now they come shoot you like they did FBG Duck. You know that was a hit because they shot that boy on the Gold Coast. I know shooting happened on the Gold Coast. If you know anything about Chicago and the Gold Coast, you know it ain't nothing but police officers up there protecting them white folk. Protecting them white folk and them $1 billion homes and condos and businesses. Because ain't nothing on the Gold Coast but the highest of the designer. Fendi and Coach stores and Ferragamo stores and all that kind of Cartier and all that. That's all that's on the Gold Coast. Don't nobody get shot on the Gold Coast. But if a war break out and you used to be affiliated or whatever, you might catch a hot one. Life over before it began. So our black boys are already set back. The way in which they are setting up or intend to set up the NCAA with this pay rate, that's about to really hit the black community very hard. See, nobody else gonna cover it from this angle. The black community about to get hit. They trying to take young black men out before they ever get started. Take them out, cut them down at the root. Just cut them down. And the charge will be led by black women. Black women, that's what I was talking about yesterday. When I made that prediction. I wasn't playing. We about to see the black community take a huge attack. And it will be led by black women. They start paying these young men these professional level salaries at that young age, and the shenanigans start in high school, the shenanigans will be starting in high school. And we're going to see all the shenanigans, all of them. Grapes, pregnancies, allegations, accusations, son, husbands, gang activity. We're going to see all of it. And black women have helped set it up by running away the masculine men from the community. So that the masculine men don't want to have nothing to do with what's going on in the community. Because they say they're not coming back to clean it up. So we got our young black men just out there twisting in the wind on his own to figure it out. We gonna see how low they can go now. Yeah, see, this is a bioculturon event. Hit you biologically. We talked about monkeypox. We talked about C-19. We talked about being vaxxed, not letting your kids back to school until they get a monkeypox vax, and all of that type of stuff, targeting just black kids with that. Okay? How many black men died from exposure to C-19 when it was going real big? The cultural attacks that was happening. Remember when I talked about yesterday, Beyonce and all of these different cultural attacks on masculinity? And now they're going to hit him with the institution. They're going to hit him with the institution of wealth. Use it against our young black boys because our young black boys don't know about wealth. I want to play something for you as well. I want y'all to hear Primetime talk about this
Numbers
situation.
move you,
Hold on.
but some can stop.
I want y'all to hear Primetime talk about it. Hold on 1 second. Here we go.
For this so that we could have had a plan in place.
When you start paying athletes like they're professionals, you get athletes acting like they're professionals. And you don't have staffs large enough and equipped enough to handle a young man with money. Let me go deeper. Handle a young man that's making more money than some of the coaches on staff. You got a real problem.
Some fear that getting money so early could change the quality of dudes as far as maturity. This is a real...
I just wanted y'all to hear Primetime talk, and I know it was very brief, to hear him talk about it. Because again, we have to respect what he's saying because he's played, okay? He's been in position. He's played his college career. He's been through his NFL career. He played at a high level. He was very successful in his NFL career, Hall of Fame NFL career. So he mentors young men coming up, okay, playing football and things of that nature. He mentors, has a whole lot of talks with these young men who, because they're going where he's been, okay? And shout out to Flimlo for using his content for a moment there. He's been where they're trying to go. So they respect what he got to say. And that's how it should be. He understands that. The prima donna attitude is what he was referring to. Thank you, Theo. Them type of shenanigans too. You get a 16-year-old boy that's about to get a contract, can't nobody tell him nothing. As my grandma used to say, they can't hit him in the butt with a red apple. Okay? Can't tell him nothing. What you gonna tell him? He ain't gotta listen to you. He about to hit the big time. Okay? He ain't gotta listen to nothing you saying. And they're young, so they don't have the maturity to handle all of these things that's thrown at him. He gonna act a fool. Along with everybody else, he gonna have his own shenanigans going too. He gonna have his own shenanigans going. So this is problematic on various different levels. And I definitely wanted to bring this to everybody's attention because we need to care about this. It don't seem like we need to care, but the way in which our communities and families are going to be mainly negatively impacted, we have to care. These girls is going to be hunting these boys down, okay, in any way they can. Looking for these boys as a come up. The high school girl's going to do it. The mama's going to do it. And the Brittany Renners of the world going to be R. Kelly around them boys, okay? And ain't nobody going to say nothing because when black women are sexual predators, don't nobody say nothing. You understand what I'm saying? High school boys is grown when black women are the predators. Just like old girl that made that song with Bust It Challenge was rap, quote unquote, performing at a high school and then start twerking on them boys. Y'all remember that? Y'all seen that? And it was the comments for me because people was outraged about it. And then it was so many women coming to her defense talking about, well, you know, these are grown boys. These boys grown. But the girls wasn't grown when R. Kelly was coming to get them, right? So if it wasn't nothing wrong with Erica Banks twerking on high school age boys because they grown, let R. Kelly out. Drop all the charges and let him out. Because they grown, right? Right? We only see predatory behavior when it applies to black men. We don't see the predatory behavior when it applies to black women. Erica Banks, nobody gonna call her out on twerking on these young boys, these high school age boys. Had that been a boy grinding up on high school age girls, he'd have been a dirtbag, a pedophile, and all of that other type of stuff. Somebody would try to call police on him. A lot of these chicks is out here weirdos and femcells and losers. They're going to be 22, 23, 24 and older coming around these high schools, flaunting and flossing around these young boys trying to get their nose open. Because we already ignore when our young men are raped and assaulted by older women in the family and in the community. And instead of seeing it for the wrong and the predatory behavior that it is, we turn it on the boys and say, oh, he grew up. Oh, he became a man that day. Really? Really? So he ain't traumatized at 12 and 13 by this 22-year-old. His mama friend looking at him when he turned 15. Wanting to come, all of a sudden she want him to come cut the grass. Right. Ooh, your son sure is handsome. See, you can't take that. You can't take that light nowadays. They predators. What you say about my son? Get out. Cause now I know you're looking at my boy. See, I didn't know you was a predator. Get out before I call somebody on you. Don't be eyeballing my baby. Oh, he's so handsome. You gonna be a heartbreaker. My baby 14. Whatever he break, you won't be part of it. Whatever he break or don't break, trust and believe you won't be a part of it. Weirdo, commenting on my baby. Because when the men do it, we automatically jump to that conclusion. If a man just say, oh, she a pretty girl, we get to looking. What he looking at her for? And he might not even mean nothing bad. And you really get to looking cock at it if you say it a certain kind of way. She sure is pretty. One time, one of my father's friends said something sort of like that about me. I had to be about 13, 14. He happened to bring me around because my daddy was always around garages and stuff like that. So he brought me around and briefly, we was getting ready to go somewhere. So he said, I need to stop over in my garage and get something. I said, okay. So we went over there, and the little guys sitting around and stuff like that. And one of the little guys, the associates looked at me up and down. She sure, that's your daughter? She sure is fine. My daddy he said, what? What you say? What you say? Man, he was tight. That was finna be one. Had the other dudes not like, come on, no, you come on now. Don't do. Man, look. My daddy got tight. He was like, go in the car. Go to the car right now. And I was a girl dressed like a girl, not dressed like a woman. Because my daddy didn't play that no way. So I had on full coverage, okay? Little t-shirt and stuff like that. Wasn't tight, none of that stuff. My daddy did not play. But what you say? Kendra, go sit in the car now. I heard him arguing. I know my daddy. I know that was about to be one. Had them other dudes not stepped in and said nothing. All I heard was, I'm sorry. I ain't mean nothing bad, man. Man, I'm sorry, man. Anyway, y'all, I done got on off into something else. But in any case, we're going to go ahead. Yeah, the protection. But the other thing that I want to draw everybody's attention to is the petition that we have against Black Lives Matter as an organization. We still have that petition going, and it's going strong. We're trying to get to 7,500 signatures, and we're also going to be releasing a press release soon as well to get it out to media outlets as well, so people can become more aware of what we're doing in terms of the petition and how we're going to hold Black Lives Matter accountable. But we do need to keep growing in terms of the numbers of signatures. So I want to thank my mods for going ahead and putting the link to the petition in the chat room. It's also in the description box as well. So please go ahead and sign, share, and contribute to the petition if you can. Also, I want to thank everyone for coming through. I want to thank everyone for their contributions through Super Chat, through Cash App, and through PayPal. It is very appreciated. Your likes, your participation today. And last but certainly not least, I want to give a huge, huge thank you to my support team, without which there is no content. You understand? So thank them so very much. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.